So there's this man going viral, or this couple going viral on Twitter right now, man, because this guy chose to disclose to the world that he recently got married as a virgin, but the woman he chose to marry was a reformed whore. My wife was formerly promiscuous. I was a virgin. She was then radically born again, committed to church, evangelized, constantly Puritan books in her bedroom, prayer journals, grief over past sexual sin, etc. We got to know each other well for over a year, dated for 4 months, engaged for 2.5, and didn't sin sexually with one another. Our first kiss with each other was at the altar on our wedding. Woo! We've been married for over 5 years now, and she's been the most wonderful and godly wife, mother to our 3 children, and a homemaker you could imagine. I guess he meant to say you could never imagine. She's more pure than most virgins, as biblical purity has less to do with past sins, though they certainly matter, and more to do with one's current posture of the heart and daily decisions to honor the Lord. We're far too quick to forget the story of the woman labeled as a known sinner, like likely a prostitute in Luke 7:36 through 50, who was washing Jesus' feet with her tears while kissing them too. The Pharisees were shocked. All right. Shut the fuck up! Bruh, first of all, it's beyond me why any man will come up here and confess to the world that they married a reformed whore. Right? Miss me with all this, bro. Miss me with all this, dog. There's nothing anybody can tell me that will make me even. Well, you know what? I'm open to it, bro. I'm open to it, dog. You know what I mean? I don't want to be just totally shut down. You know what I mean? I'm willing to have an open dialogue with someone who comes from this world, try to convince me why any man on God's green earth would volunteer his manhood to a reformed whore. You know what I mean? No. No, dog. There's something. There's underlying issues here. One, bro was a virgin. Two, their first kiss was at the altar. Three, yeah, they never did anything sinful throughout the 4 months they were together, which is also four, bro. Like this, it's just breadcrumbs. They just lead you to this fucking ridiculous ass stupidity that we're dealing with right now, man. But look, weirdos gonna do what weirdos gonna do, dog. Dog is, different. You know what I mean? And since he's different, he was able to be snatched up by one of these reformed whores, dog. And, that's all it is to me is that, like, it's not only that he's, religious, dog, but this is a trend. You know what I mean? Like, it's an epidemic at this point, dog. So we see these stories far too often. You know what I mean? Like, there's another one I just saw today, matter of fact. I just saw today. I posted it on my damn Twitter page. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Get such a godly, sweet, loving, servant-hearted husband after being with so many horrible men. I was with so many horrible men in my past. I can't even count how many men I've been with. In my past before I was a Christian. And they're all horrible to me. And of course that all changed once I became a Christian, because godly, Christ-like men are like Jesus. I wanted a genuinely godly Christian man, and I found him at church.
You know what? I think this is her. I think this is the girl that we talking about. This is the woman in this fucking photo with this weirdo, bro. You know what I mean? It's like we got to keep it a spade. We got to keep it a bean, dog. We've had numerous conversations about this very topic. You know what I mean? Where, like, Christian men, not just Christian men, bro, like, it goes farther than Christian, bro, because I'd wager to bet that the vast majority, put a number like 98, 99% of y'all regardless of how convicted y'all are in y'all's faith, y'all would never sign up to do some shit like this, bro. There's underlying issues there. There's cook shit, there's insecurities, there's lack of manhood, there's effeminate behavior, there's homosexuality, there's all these other things that would make a man choose this as their wife. You know what I mean? Right? So I don't totally want to attack this whole Christian thing, dog, because I can understand how those who live in that world could empathize and understand this man's situation and what he's doing and cheer it on, bro. But nah, there's underlying issues here, bro. You know what I mean? You don't do no shit like this, bro. Like logically, it makes no sense. Statistically, it makes no sense, bro. I don't know. There's 8 billion people in the world. Just you know, being conservative, dog. Split it in half. There's 4 billion women to pick from on this earth, right? We can confine it to Christian women, God-fearing women. Well, you gotta be careful with that because a lot of them bitches be hoes. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can find you some ones that were raised in this type of environment, right? That have been, cool enough to own, as opposed to just shouting to the world that you married a fucking cum bucket, right? Like, this is so embarrassing, dog. Like, one of the women's or wives or significant others' duties is to make sure you look good, make sure your image look good, make sure you're not looking crazy, make sure you're not looking like a fucking goof troop, dog, regardless of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And she just stepping in it, bro. Like, and I look, I'm not religious, dog, but that makes, if I was religious, hell, I ain't even got to be religious for that shit to irk me. Where she said, where this woman just admitted to the world, I found a Christian man. I hit the jackpot. I hit a lick. You know what I mean? I wasn't supposed to have that, right? But I got this fucking sweet ass man doing everything for me and all that shit, bro, because she found a fucking come up. You know what I mean? And that's what this is, bro. This is a trend, dog. This is a literal trend. See stories like this every fucking day where these women were at least claiming that, well, not so much as finding men, right? I think this is one of a few that I've found where or these whores are actually getting wifed up, right? We see a man that has wifed her up, bro, but typically it's just these women that are, reformed or born again virgins because either they're retiring from OnlyFans or they're tired of being drug out, you know what I'm saying? And then that's the contingency plan. You know what I'm saying? That's insurance, right? That's insurance for all hoes, pretty much. I mean, real talk, hoes have insurance in general because men are so down bad where, you got a whole conglomerate of men that would take whores up on their offer to wife them because they so fucking down bad. But that's a separate issue. You know what I'm saying? That's a separate issue. I mean, it's essentially the same issue, bro. But like, a sense of dignity, a sense of self-respect, a sense of holding yourself to a certain standard is what every man's focus should be, priority should be. You know what I mean? If you lacking, especially the experience and confidence to walk this earth as a man you're supposed to be, you're going to find yourself in situations like this. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of religion. You know what I mean? This is on the fucking man, right? But oftentimes it's costume behind this whole religious spiel, bro. But I'm willing to bet that every man that finds himself in a situation like this has shit fucked up under the hood, right? Because most men, regardless of what your religious background or way of thinking, don't want to do this, right? Don't want to do this. I'm not gonna say the majority wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because most men ain't got the fucking option. Beggars can't be choosers, bro. But if given the choice, given the options, they would never find themselves in a situation like this, bro. And hell, even men that don't have options or don't have access to women or, have a hard time in dating, you still shouldn't place yourself in a situation like this, dog. Right? You gotta have some dignity about yourself, some self-respect about yourself, dog, because all you doing is showing yourself. Not only the world, man. Fuck the world. Fuck what anybody else has to think. But you showing yourself what you're capable of. You showing yourself what you're worth. You ain't worth shit. You ain't worth shit. You worth someone who's been ran through, drugged through, you know what I'm saying, tons of fucking other men's seminal fluid and got them flowed up in her, dog. All these other experiences she had with other men, let alone you ain't had shit with nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? The dynamics of that is gonna be fucked up regardless of your conviction in religion, dog. No, bro, like, you a weirdo. Any man that does this is a fucking weirdo, straight up. You know what I'm saying? This is cuck shit. This is Adam 22 type shit, right? We out here advertising it, bro. And that still could be the punchline. They could be out here concocting this whole narrative to get views. You just never know. You don't know what to fucking believe these days, right? But this story is going hella viral, dog. Trevor Sheets, go to this fucking page. You're a follower for the biblically sound content, servant of Jesus, husband, father of three, founder. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you've done that. That makes no sense. You've done that much work to separate yourself from the majority of men by how you see the world, how you view the world. You know, the things you have to offer, right? And you're gonna give that shit to somebody that don't fucking deserve it. Shoot yourself in the foot. Literally cut your balls off, right? Because so many other men have got fucking sprayed your territory. You put 3 babies in the motherfucker, dog. So I mean, I'm trying to hear this shit, bro. Not trying to hear this, dog. You should read the comments of motherfuckers getting in his ass. Like, you got some huevos on you to post this shit on goddamn Twitter, or how you wifing a whore, because, you know, Twitter does not give a fuck. If someone argues that a former promiscuous woman is damaged goods and questions whether a Christian young man should marry her, remember Rahab. She was a Canaanite prostitute but became a mother in the lineage of Jesus. God redeemed her, cleansed her, and Salmon married her. Man, but yeah, times is different these days. Jesus ain't walking around no more. You know what I mean? Jesus ain't walking around no more, dog. And it ain't advertised, bro. The fact, like, I be willing to, hell, I still ain't entertaining it, bro. But you know what I'm saying? It would make more sense had he not posted this shit and just kept the shit between the two of them. But still, it don't make no sense for you to do that when you have all these other fucking options. But that's, you know, another key. You don't got no fucking options. But yeah, they killing his ass. He made some post. Not all secrets need to be made public. You're throwing your wife under the bus. You still have time to delete this. Firstly, the story has been public for years. When my wife was the first one who decided to discuss this publicly, she delights in sharing her testimony with others. Secondly, I agree that not all secret things need to be made public. There is honor and wisdom in concealing certain matters. This is precisely why I chose not to go into details surrounding past sin and kept it brief. I quite literally just share 5 words about her life before Christ in this post. Third, in the scriptures, we see countless personal sins revealed. God didn't, whatever, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit, right? But we're gonna see, you know, how strong your conviction is. I mean, that's probably the only thing. One of the only things that can get anybody through shit like this is your conviction in God. Right? People who live this way, dog, it ain't about you no more. You dealing on a whole different purpose, so you can literally, you know, compartmentalize. You can separate your own thoughts and desires and ego and nuts from, you know, God's will. So, you know, that would make sense for him to be able to get through this shit all, because you have to have some thick skin for people to be attacking you, your wife, your whole family. Now on Twitter, this shit got millions of views, dog. This shit got 31 million views, bro. 31 million views, dog, and they are getting in his ass. You know, it's Tristan on this shit. Tate brothers. You know when you've never driven a car before and then you scrape money together for an old shitty vehicle, but you think it's in pretty good condition because you have never driven another car? I remember that feeling. Mine was a VW Golf and the engine didn't even fire from one of the cylinders. The salesman told me it had been reworked and it was as good as new. I didn't know it wasn't. I had no point of reference. Now, this wasn't about the physical driving sensation. That was enjoyable enough despite the wear and tear, but the reliability and soul of the vehicle was expended. It went through numerous breakdowns. One day you will think back on this analogy. Nonetheless, I wish you both well. Tristan, I appreciate you sharing this and your gentleness in this response too. While Jesus' mercy certainly grants forgiveness of all sin, past sin often has negative effects on the present. But even those challenges are all for our good. God bless you. What does it say? Scott, bro, pissing. Somebody posted this shit. Scott, bro, pissing in one of the stalls, and then bro that made the post walks all the way to stand right next to him. Says my wife used to be a whore. Like, he wants to tell the whole world his wife wants to be a whore, dog. You could have kept that shit to yourself. Why you telling everybody? That's hilarious, bro. Hey, people log on to this app every single day and post personal things that you could not waterboard out of me. See, look, like they coming at his wife, bro. You thought they coming at his wife, bro. Can't decide what's colder. Telling the world your wife is a whore or posting this photo. My wife was formerly promiscuous. I was a. Not everything needs to be put on social media. Just saying, yeah. I'm positive I'm getting blocked for this, but it's worth it. I'm a sad, lonely FAGGOT. Here's some embarrassing info about me. Please don't bully me with it. Oh, you're getting some hate in the comments, so let me come to your defense. But first, let me read your post. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, and never mind. You're on your you're on your own with this one, dude. Delete this. She's more pure than most virgins. No, a woman being a virgin and saving herself for her husband is biblical purity. Any attempt to downplay that is from Satan. Woo, yeah. In America, the cuckold turns their sexual degeneracy into a religious experience. Okay, you married a hoe. Cool story, bro. My brother in Christ, some things are just not meant to be on the internet. Yeah. Why are you putting this out there for social media points? I've been married for 16 years almost. My suggestion is that you delete this immediately. It's completely unnecessary and serves no purpose than to try to elevate yourself. Yeah, you're getting cooked, bro. Why would you say this publicly about your wife on social media? Look at this shit. Imagine looking at this ugly creature and thinking, yeah, she's a whore, but at least she's hot. Never post your L's. Yeah, only God can get you through this shit, dog. I'm so happy your ship came in. That's crazy. I can't. Are you coming to bed? I can't. This is important. What? I have to tell the internet you were a whore. All right. Hold on. Bruh. Are you coming to bed? I can't. This is important. What? What? I have to tell the internet you were a whore. Bruh. Woo, bruh. All right, man. All right, dog. Yeah, man. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.